so pissed right now, man. I got a fever.
What fever?
Bro, maybe we should film tomorrow? Dude, I'm out of it. Whatever, let's just film today, dude. I got an Audi fever. Bro, I bought another RS7. I'm giving this one away. So, I mean, I got one for myself. Is that how it works? No. So should we return it to Copart?
This is ugliest thing you can do.
I present you guys my new 2016 Audi RS7. So if you guys watched my previous video on the RS7, you may understand just a little bit on why I purchased another RS7. You see, I bought this Audi RS7 and I completely fell in love with it. I knew the RS7 was an amazing car, but when I bought it, sat inside it and test drove it, I completely fell in love. I needed to get one for myself. Since I'm giving this one away, I promised to give it away, and it's going to someone that's subscribed to my Instagram. Coincidentally, on Copart, this Nardo RS7 popped up. And let me tell you guys exactly why I bought it and paid so much for it. First of all, we only have 43,000 miles. Second of all, we got the best color ever Audi ever made. I think, in my opinion, I absolutely love this Nardo. Third of all, we have the facelift C7.5 front end that just tops off the RS7 just by a hair. What is low-key sad for me is that one there that I'm giving away has a $126,000 window sticker, and this Nardo one here has a $119,000 window sticker, and that's because this one here has the Bose sound system, and that one there has the premium Bang & Olufsen surround sound, but I'm not too mad. So when I just bought this thing, it came to my house with no keys, and Copart said that the car had keys, and I was really disappointed. I was like, dude, my luck is just absolutely horrible. R8 came with no keys, and now the RS7 comes with no keys. I already called my locksmith to make a key. He says $600, but I was like, you know what? Let me test my luck. I called Copart and I was like, hey, do you guys have the key from this vehicle? And they called me right back and like, we got it. So they shipped it to me. You can tell Copart right there to my address. And now we got a working key. So that was a big relief for me. Let's hear this thing start up because no airbags were blown. So before we continue with the video, I wanted to take a little moment and give a humongous shout out to this amazing company and sponsor of today's video, Carly. I have personally been using Carly for the past 5-6 years, and to be honest with you guys, I love it. It's my go-to OBD scanner, and this thing here works with any car that has an OBD2 port. So that's typically 2001 and newer. Look how tiny it is. You can put it in your pocket. When buying a used car or anything, it's super handy. Not only is it tiny and super convenient to carry, it also is super simple to use. Plug it into your OBD port, turn your ignition on, and everything else is from the app. To connect to your vehicle, it's very simple. All you gotta do is press here, add new car. We are working on a 2010 Audi R8, and all this is just simply a breeze. Connect and connect. This is gonna take a couple minutes. One thing about the Audi R8 is people are saying that this 5,900 miles is fake. Carly has an option to check. Carly has diagnostics, simply, reading and erasing fault codes. It has live engine data and even coding. So let's go to diagnostics, scan this thing. It's gonna check for issues throughout the entire vehicle. We found 40 fault codes. Also, Carly has a new smart mechanic, helps you diagnose and fix your issues, but let's see the codes. So look at that, very bad. I've never scanned this car ever since I got it running and working. This is a flooded Audi R8. What I'm gonna do is just gonna clear everything and come back and see how much codes we have left. After we've cleared all the codes, I got a little relief. We got 6 issues left. I know these issues, don't worry about it. Right now, one thing that really pisses me off is that on my RS7 and many other Audi models, the DRL light here turns off when the turn signal turns on. I think that looks pretty ghetto. Let's get it fixed. We are now in the coding function on the RS7. We open up the ZE and it makes a backup, which is great, obviously, because coding can be a little bit sketchy. If you don't know what you're doing with coding, make sure you always have a backup file. We go scroll down all the way to indicators without daytime running light, and we have 2 of them. I'm guessing that's right and left headlights, so that's pretty cool. We turn those both off, and we're gonna code all anyway because my battery's a little bit low, but it should be fine. Also, different vehicles have different amount of coating compatibilities, so make sure to check out Carly's website to see what your specific vehicle can be coated. We see here the DRL is on, and when this gets turned on, it still stays on. On top of coating, we have maintenance stuff, so basically service resets, battery registrations, and stuff like that. But right now, we gotta check, is this 5,900 mile Audi R8 actually correct? We're gonna go ahead and do the used car check. Carly has officially finished the used car check, and here are the results. Carly has detected no tampering. This is an official 5,900 mile Audi R8. Got a couple of things you can look through, so found data points. Look at this. This is cool. You have selected 2010 as the build year. The current mileage is 5,946, and you are part of the top 10% of the world with the lowest mileage Audi R8s. So that's pretty good news right there. Anyways, this thing is powerfully awesome, and humongous shout out once again to Carly for sponsoring today's video. If you guys are interested in purchasing one of these adapters, use my code down below. It's gonna be BackyardBoys23 for 15% off. Once again, thank you guys so much for sponsoring this video, and now let's get back to wrenching on these RS7s. 3, 2, 1. And there you have it, sheer runner. This one here actually has no warning lights besides the TPMS, but look at that, 43,000 miles. Little teaser for you guys. So this one here is gonna be stage 1 built, that one here is gonna be stage 2 built, and we're gonna do a little comparison. See how much faster is the stage 2 over the stage 1, and is it even worth going stage 2 when a stage 1 basically gives you guys the most horsepower. But now, let's get to the damage of the part, and luckily I was able to actually get some parts for the car because remember that RS7 I went to Seattle for and got parts from? Yeah, I went ahead and got the rear suspension assembly from that vehicle as well. Let's swap it out. Hey, that's supposed to be like that? Dude, I'm scared the subframe is damaged. We got a lot more damage than I think. Wow. Look. You see that? Get up in here. I did not see that. I thought it was just gonna be a quarter panel swap. Wow, okay. Okay, we got some extra work for us to do. Let's take off this wheel, see what we're messing with. Man, I really thought it was just gonna be a quarter panel. Darn it. Nah. Oh my goodness. Look how thick that thing is, and it's completely busted. This damage here is way worse than I thought. Look at that, muffler got pushed in. All of this here has some nice damage. Like that's not savable, that's gotta be replaced. Look at that, oh my gosh. We got this here bent up. I hope that we don't have damage to these lines because these are just a pain in the butt to replace. They go all the way under there, and I'm kind of scared that my subframe is damaged. Axle got torn out. Guys, I think we might be in for a little surprise. You see, buying these cars off the auction completely sight unseen is not always as glorious as it seems. Truthfully, I wasn't expecting this much damage to the inner panels. Now we may potentially have a bent subframe. This can raise our bill for the car so much that will get us completely out of budget. These are the pictures I was looking at when purchasing this car, and looking at these pictures you can't really tell to what extent the quarter panel damage went in. I did trust my gut and I was hoping that this wasn't that bad, but now we are here where we may be looking at a new subframe, potentially differential damage, and these diffs are crazy expensive, and who knows how bad and how expensive this repair will get. In order for us to remove the remaining pieces of the axle, we needed to use this 12-point Torx bit. Audi loves overcomplicating their stuff and putting funny bolts just like this one. So if you guys are working on Audi, go to the store and get yourself a 12-bit Torx set. Very few people understand this, but if you do understand this, drop a like. This could be a 10-minute job or like an hour job, let's say, to be more realistically, but there's that one bolt that takes 3 hours alone to pull out. And it helps that you don't have tools. Over there, up, right there. Yep. Once we get this out, we can fit up that new suspension assembly that's in the box here. And if this fits right here, I'm pretty sure we don't have any subframe damage, but I will go up under the car and inspect it. If your guys' mechanic makes a face like this, you should literally be worried, because that's the face I made the entire time pulling out this control arm. I'm happy that I got it out, and you can see its bent is the one on the left. Correct one's on the right. You can see this tip is just completely bent. And unfortunately, we don't have a spring for the car. I didn't notice that the spring flew out, so yeah, that won't be on his feet today. Audi, why you do this? I can't pull this out anyhow. The gas tank's in the way. I gotta drop the subframe, but I don't want to. The moment of truth is finally upon us. Will the suspension assembly fit right into the factory mounting points on the subframe, or are we in for a little treat? Now I'm scared because I can't get this to fit in here. If it's either on the right or on the left, I can't actually get that to fit, so we might have a bent subframe. Very, very scared and nervous, I went under the car to inspect the subframe for any damage. I was extremely happy I didn't find any. I then realized that I was actually fitting the control arm up to the subframe at the wrong angle, and that's the reason why I was not able to get the control arm into the right pockets on the subframe. So I went ahead and put it at a lower angle, and I was able to slide it right in. 4 hours later, we are done with the suspension. We got everything back on, and thank God nothing was bent. I'm super happy that everything went back in. You guys can see I have a jack down here, and the importance of this jack is to actually, we lowered the car and picked the suspension up. That way we have the center exactly, you know, where the ride height is. And the reason for that is because you need to tighten all the bushings at ride height. Because if you don't, you're gonna have an extremely fast wear on the bushings. Very crucial. Also, if anyone knows anything about EDC suspension, please comment down below, because only thing I'm thinking of is taking it to a dealer. That way they can bleed it and make sure all this stuff runs. We are missing a spring and a stabilizer link. We gotta order those parts, but for now, let's put the wheel on and lower it down and see what it looks like. It's got no spring in there right now. What was it hitting? Oh my gosh, no, did it damage anything? Yeah, buddy. I like it like that. Ready for it? You will not believe this.
What?
But don't call me like stupid or anything like that. Don't call me crazy or anything. But bro, listen to this. I bought another RS7.
Why'd you buy another one?
Bro, hear me out. Hear me out before you start calling me names. 1, I bought for a giveaway. 1, I bought for myself. 3, I bought to sell. It was an accident, to be honest. I put a pre-bid on it. I woke up and I won it. So now we have it here. But to be honest, out of all 3 of them, this one here is the best deal. So this one here is also a 2016 facelift front end, but this thing is on air suspension. As you can tell, it's absolutely slammed. And the reason for that is because up there we have a wire air line that's busted. And the reason we went ahead and got, you know, a little head start on this one is because I wasn't really planning to film YouTube content on this one, because like I said, I bought it an accident. But thinking about it now, it'd be cool to give an opportunity to someone on YouTube to purchase this car. So as soon as this one is done, it's gonna be for sale. 2016, 47 or 48,000 miles. I did want to tell you guys another little story. Look at this. You see this front bumper? It's pretty destroyed. This front bumper was in perfect shape when it was at the auction. And when the forklift person was loading it, just crashed that front bumper. And now we are asking IAA to pay us some money for that front bumper because that was not part of the damage. But besides that, the main impact was right here. The door is savable. We're gonna save this door. We're gonna save this hood. Front bumper, I purchased a new one, hoping that IAA is gonna pay me back. Interior bags are blown. In general, the car is in great shape, and this was kind of interesting. Look at this, double pane window. So that's pretty cool. Look at that interior. We already got most of the interior airbags, most of the parts, everything. So let's just get right into it. busting this one out. This one's gonna be the fastest one alive, so let's do it. Since we literally just got this RS7 a couple of days ago, we don't have much parts for it. I did go ahead and order interior airbags, and while this car was getting shipped here from Oklahoma, the bags came, so let's go ahead and start off with that. What the? Look at a different color. I've never seen that. Next thing on the list was to get the knee airbag out. Pretty simple procedure over here. You pop the kick panel off and you have 4 bolts, one over here, back here, and then you got 2 literally on the other side in the same location. Once you get those out, you got just the pin that holds it, pop that out, and you are out. There we have it. Old knee bag, Bentley. The reinstallation process of the knee airbag is actually quite simple. Basically, you gotta redo everything you've just done, but the exact opposite. I will highlight one thing. The pigtail that connects to the airbag is very, very sensitive. Make sure it's seated in properly and clipped in, because otherwise you will have an airbag light. And as for the last RS7 we are featuring on this episode, you know, let me tell you guys something. When you have 3 RS7 and parts are coming in for every single one, it gets a little bit out of hand. We got a door right there for the Nardo RS7. We got some suspension components for the RS7 that's at my brother's house. And then we got a lot of parts for this thing. So we got a hood. I'm not gonna fix this hood. I don't wanna deal with it. It's aluminum, kind of difficult to be honest with you guys. I got a hood because I wanna make it perfect. I got a new fender right there. Got a crash bar, an extension piece. And one thing that worries me more than anything is, will this here work? So this is the bumper harness. It connects to the bumper, and I'm a little bit worried because we repaired this entire harness. And the front bumper has camera, night vision, sensors, radar sensors. It got a lot of electronics. So we're hoping those things work. But let's get all this changed out, connected, and see what it does. As for the giveaway RS7, it was getting its final parts before we can actually send it off to the paint shop. I was badly dreading to change this extension piece because technically you need to take off the entire front end to change it. To be honest with you guys, this entire time I thought this was impossible. This is one of them, you know, change the piston rings going through the exhaust systems here. So this piece, I think I got it all the way off. I was able to access everything without taking anything off. Oh, look at that. I actually did it. Wow. The entire time I was doing this, I was like, nah, it's not possible. Nah, it's not possible. And voila, we did it. Now, we just gotta put this one back in, tighten everything up, and we're done. Not bad. And this is it. We got it replaced. We got a new one of these brackets on as well. Everything's nice and perfect. Super happy with the result. Let's get this fender on, change the hood out, and see what this thing looks like almost complete. This hood is actually really fixable. Look at this. Like, you know, I kind of hammered it out how, you know, just how I thought it should be. And look at that gap. Look at that. That's pretty solid. Gap on the door is pretty darn solid as well. Dude, now I'm feeling like I should fix that hood. But no, we got a new one. Look at this gap on this side. It's all perfect. Whew, this thing is slowly looking like a car. What do you say? Not good. Oh man, look at that thing. All right, let's put the hood on. We finally see the finish line, and it is so near. Before sending this RS7 off to the paint shop, we need to change the hood and fender, make sure gaps are lining up, because the last thing you want is getting the car back from the paint shop all painted and then lines and gaps not matching up. Gosh, man, everything is lining up so perfect. Look at this, the home stretch is near. We've got basically everything on. We're waiting for a headlight bracket. This thing is still a little bit dangly, but we're not gonna drive it or anything. A lot of people were saying the camera runs with a coax cable or something like that. And after repairing the harness, maybe the front camera doesn't work. So guys, I'm literally crossing my fingers because if that's the case, I may have to replace the entire wire harness. Let's go. Both headlights work? Both headlights high beaming? Really, both? This one works? All right, this works? What else did you check? I don't know, let's see the front camera. Look at this, most of the lights are gone now. The front distance light doesn't work because obviously the distance sensor is not connected. We have still a bumper harness that's ripped and one PDC is not on. So let's see, rear camera. Rear camera, okay, lit up. Front, yes, front camera works. Woo, what a relief. Do we have a 360 view or anything? Let's see. Look at that, 2 front cameras. Let's see, 360 view, we got 360 right here. No, the front sensor's not there, so it can't distance how far. But wow, dude, we got the sensors working. I am so pumped. The night vision as well works, look at that. Look at that, that's the R8, and then look up, boom, we got the R8. Dude, that's freaking exciting, dude. Look at this thing, let's see. Everything works. I cannot believe it right now. I am literally beyond pumped. We're just inching away from getting this thing completely finished. Now we just gotta find a body shop that's gonna paint it. And then on this thing, we're gonna find a body shop that's gonna change the quarter panel. So anyways, if you guys enjoyed this episode, please smash that like button, drop a comment down below, follow me on Instagram at BYBTim. Don't forget to subscribe if you guys want to be entered to win this thing. And once again, it is open international. If you win it outside of US, I will give you the money's worth this car cost me, transfer to you. Otherwise, I will ship the car to you if you're in US. So love you guys. Catch you guys on the next one. Peace out.